Hi everybody, I'm Scott Bino, Vice President of Marketing for North America here at Crawford & Company. And today on Crawford Chat, I am very happy to welcome Douglas Dick to the program. Douglas, you are the VP of Client Success and Technical Lead for Global Technical Services, GTS, here at Crawford & Company. Douglas, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, it's my pleasure, Scott. Happy to be here.
Douglas, so before we get into the questions that I want to ask you today, what do you do here? What is your job at Crawford?
Yeah, a great question. I have assumed this role since October, and I would think the easiest way to answer that is at the highest level, I help solve our complex clients' needs, really get in the weeds with them and really just action forward excellence for those clients. Yeah.
Perfect. And so, Douglas, I'm not going to ask you any more questions about work. So today is more about you, Douglas, the person, and sort of what's brought you to the point in your life, in your career today. So I want to talk about networking. Right. So talk to me a bit about how networking has benefited you, and if there's any tips or hints that you can share with anybody watching that might not know how to build a network, or they're unsure, or maybe even introverted. What can you share that might help them?
Yeah, absolutely, Scott. I think there's a cheesy but true saying that your network is your net worth. And I've been really fortunate to build very meaningful relationships, not just in the Atlanta marketplace where I sit, but beyond. And I think for me, it's something I enjoy. I truly enjoy building relationships, and it's comfortable for me. Not comfortable for everyone. So a tip of advice I always try to offer my team, my colleagues, my friends, is really taking the rule of three when you think about networking. If you're walking into a room, Scott, whether that be a happy hour or a conference or maybe even an office that you're not familiar with, just try to take the rule of three. Make three meaningful points of contact, or walk away with three meaningful discussions. I think that way you can walk into a room and not feel so overwhelmed, right? And not feel like you have to talk to every single person in that room. So
I love that advice. I'm gonna take that advice for myself, because I feel like that's something I sometimes struggle with, where you're presented with an opportunity and you leave there and go, I wish I just talk to that person, or I wish I did a little bit more with that. So I think that's great advice, and appreciate you sharing that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to talk about giving back to your network, or giving back to your community. First, is it too early to start giving back? And how has that mindset of giving back or staying connected to your community, how has that served you?
Yeah, I'm really passionate about giving, Scott. So to answer one of your questions, absolutely not. I think anyone can give. And I think we think about giving as sometimes a financial burden or gift, but I think we all have time, talent, and energy that we can give as well. So I think for anyone at any place in any organization, there are so many ways in which you can serve, giving volunteer time or connecting with your team in creative ways to serve your community or other team members or organization at large. Something that I think is easy and something that everyone should engage in. I think for me, I've been fortunate by even just thinking about my college journey, the scholarship opportunities that I've had. And so I was really fortunate to start my own scholarship fund this past year, and to meet students and to give back to them is something that I'm wildly passionate about, and have even had friends sort of follow that path as well. So I think we have such a great platform. We have such a great marketplace to be generous with our platforms. So I try to encourage everyone at any level of their career or personal or professional life, give what you can, but really give your time, talent, or energy if you can't give all three. So
that's awesome. I really love that. You, Douglas, out of a lot of people that I've met, whether it's intentional or not, really have a personal brand, right? I think, branding is obviously something that I'm passionate about, and from a corporate level, obviously it's important, but I really enjoy meeting people that I come across that clearly have a grasp on their personal brand. So can you talk a bit about teach me how to Dougie, right? Tell me a little bit about how your personal brand, what is it, and how do you get it to play to your strengths? Do you know what I'm asking? How do you take the essence of that and create something that you put out into the world where people just, that's Douglas, I know that's him, or I know, they think about a certain thing and you come to mind. That personal brand is so strong.
Yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about that.
That's a good question, Scott. I think some of it can feel elusive. You can't always put a word or name on it. Sometimes you can. So I'm going to try. And I decided early on in my career that I wanted my personal brand to be defined by I'm a passionate and purposeful insurance professional, right? I exhibit passion in my relationships and my workflow and all that I do in my personal and professional life. I'm purposeful because I have direction with that passion. So I'm not just throwing my hands up and I'm not just zealous. I try to let that passion have purpose behind it. And that's to help people. That's to influence people in a positive way. So I think there are components of our personal brands, and I think that it evolves as we grow personally and professionally. I think anyone that's looking to develop a strong personal brand needs to probably do some work within themselves of what vision do they have for their personal or professional life. Both are important, and I would argue maybe more related than we would maybe sometimes let on, our personal and professional lives. That can be a positive thing, right? For me, I love people, and I love helping people. That just kind of aligns with the vision, thankfully, of our organization to help restore and rebuild lives, businesses, and communities. So I align very clearly with the vision and the mission of my organization. That's something that aligns in my personal life as well. So for anyone looking to, I think, hone their thoughts around what do I want or what do they want my personal brand to be, probably do some work of what's visionary and what's important to you, right? Yeah. So
I love that answer. I think that's a great answer. So thank you for that.
I also think, sorry, if I can interject.
Go, please continue. Yeah, continue.
You just have it. Your personal brand, it has to be authentic to yourself. No one's going to buy if you try to fabricate something that's truly not authentic to yourself. Yeah. People can sniff out inauthenticity from a mile away, but people are drawn to authenticity. So yeah, I try to subscribe to that.
All right, Douglas, so I have one more question for you. This is the last question of today. Talk to me about learning and talk to me about mentorship, the importance of mentorship. Do you have mentors from the past or current mentors? And how has that really shaped and provided you guidance to where you are today?
Yeah, absolutely, Scott. I'm a huge believer in mentorship. So even outside of the organization, of course, I have mentors within Crawford, but outside, I have 3 fantastic mentors, some of which have mentored me for the last 10, nearly 15 years. It's Nick, Tony, and Dustin. And these 3 gentlemen have really poured into me. They've taught me how to think strategically. They've taught me how to really lean into this ideation of treating everyone with honor, dignity, and respect. And I think also how to navigate corporate America for all of the opportunities and obstacles that can come with that. So it's something I just feel really honored and blessed to have people pour into my life. And I always try to encourage those who can to also mentor as well, to give back, right? So I have 2 mentees right now and try to instill what little knowledge I may have. I've learned a thing or 2 in the last 8 or 9 years of my career. So I think that's really important as well.
Yeah, that's fantastic. What a wonderful way to end this chat.
Yeah, absolutely.
Douglas, listen, thank you so much for taking the time to come chat with me today. It's been a long time coming, so it's been really nice to finally do that. And to everybody watching, thank you so much for watching this episode of Crawford Chat, and be sure to stay tuned for the next episode in the future.
Thanks, Scott.
We did it together. That was nice.
Thanks. Oh,
I wanted you. I didn't want to
faked me out.
It's gonna be perfection. It's gonna hold the standard for everybody else.
Not once have I answered the first preliminary question well.
Ding. Third time's the charm. Is this the third time?
Yes.
Okay. We're gonna do it. 4th time's the charm.
Okay.
We'll figure it out.
Okay.
I've done this before. I can tell you're nervous. I can see,
I don't get nervous. I don't get nervous, guys.
What's something you've always wanted to try but haven't yet?
I don't think I can say that on camera.
Okay, well that's a great answer. If you were a ghost, who would you haunt first?
Oh gosh.
We have to cut that. That is 100% getting cut.
That's your one and only
Oh
cut
my god,
ever?
I know, right?
Who would you haunt?
You got a pretty good answer. If you could teleport anywhere right now, where would you go?
Oh, south of France, beach club,
Yeah.
Nikki Beach, Saint Tropez.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That no hesitation.
Cocktail in hand.
That's
perhaps.
exactly where you want to be.
Yeah.
If you had to eat only one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Rice.
Rice. That's it. Just plain rice.
Yeah. Maybe like with cheese.
Rice
you know?
with cheese.
Yeah. All right. I feel good. How's
The
all
collar's
this?
good. You're looking fresh.
Does it look like straight, clear?
Yeah, you look good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a mustard stain, but nothing.